James Thomas Morning Blend. Again, we are doing a series sponsored by Opportunity Zones here in St. Louis. Also, Accelerate for America. We're talking about development that's happening in St. Louis, but St. Louis has another designation too, and we're part of the NewCities program. Yay, St. Louis. I'm here today with Hannah McCasland, and she's the Events and Partnerships Manager for NewCities. Good morning, Hannah. How are you?
Good morning, James. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being a part of us. So tell us exactly what you do.
Yeah, so as the Events and Partnerships Manager at NewCities, which is an international nonprofit based in Montreal, I oversee our events and other programs, especially, virtually now that the pandemic has happened. And I work with urban experts all around the world, and we work together to showcase the amazing solutions happening in cities. So it could be around housing, it could be around mobility, sustainability, economic development. There are so many issues that we look at and just that we identify as important emerging urban trends around the world.
So how did St. Louis get to be a part of this NewCities initiative?
Yeah, so to explain that, I do have to give a shout out to Daphne Moore, who I know that you've spoken with about Opportunity Zones.
Yay, Daphne!
So we met Daphne in 2018 at our first event under our initiative, New Urban Champions. So we met her in Columbus, Ohio, and ever since we've been working closely with her. So Daphne Moore is actually our fellow in urban governance. So this means that she speaks at our events. We've published writing of hers, and we've learned a lot from Daphne about some of what's been happening in St. Louis. And so we thought, okay, we need to showcase what's going on in St. Louis. And we had actually planned to host an event in St. Louis in April of 2020. But the pandemic had other plans. So we unfortunately had to, keep postponing and eventually cancel the event when we realized it would not be safe for anyone to travel or to be convening. So we have still tried to feature the important work happening in St. Louis through a virtual editorial feature. And we worked closely with Daphne to bring about 25 people together to write articles, there's videos, there's podcasts, to showcase the work that's happening in St. Louis, particularly through equitable and inclusive economic development.
Well, I mean, that sounds like Morning Blend has a job to do, doesn't it? As a matter of fact, right here on the air, Hannah, how can Morning Blend partner with you? You talked about articles, you talked about podcasts. We're actually on the CW affiliate here in St. Louis on broadcast TV. So how can Morning Blend work with NewCities and help promote what's happening in St. Louis?
Well, to start, I would definitely direct you to our website. It's NewCities.Org, or any of our social media. You can find all the links to the St. Louis and New Urban Champion feature. So there's, Daphne has curated this amazing list of people, and I'm sure any of them would be delighted to speak to you about what they wrote for the feature. We also have a podcast called 360 City. We have one episode with Pastor Andre Alexander about his work. And we have another podcast episode with Daphne and Giselle Marcus talking all about networking and about how to put yourself out there and, get different opportunities in St. Louis. So, we would love to share all of that with you. And I'm sure any of the people who were part of it would be delighted to speak with you and to get their important work out there.
All right, here we are. We're making the announcement. Morning Blend is partnering with NewCities to help to get the word out about the development that's going on in St. Louis. But not only that, there's other cities out there that are doing tremendous work too, aren't there?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.